Please remember to like, subscribe, and never forget to ring that bell. Oh, wow. How about that? Nothing like being late. Hey, everybody. What's going on? It is Khaos Central's the Andor Roundtable, and it is officially 22 minutes later than I said it would be. It happens. Anyways, so, if anybody is watching, and I will definitely tweet this out, and I do have a tweet, and it is pinned now. Make sure you share this out. And we will hopefully get some people in here. Anyways, we are going to go live, and oh my god, you're right. There's Star Trek. What the fuck are you doing, Mandor?
Yeah, Mandor. And that's Alexander as Grogu, or Grogu as Alexander.
Oh my god. Help me this today. Help me. Anyways, I'm just kidding. No, we got Positive Candor here and Shifty. Shifty's here. And I know Austinator is on his way. Let me see here.
I don't know what he's going to have to talk about tonight because there was no cereal eating.
I know, there wasn't, was there? Anyways, we will get to that. And I'm going to retweet this and all that while you guys talk about yourselves. So that means Shifty, even though you don't technically have a channel, and even though you don't technically do any content, I need you to take at least a minute to talk about yourself, and then let Positive talk about himself. Hey, Austin, what's going on?
Hello.
So sorry.
What's up?
Not much.
All right, Austinator.
Yeah.
I'll let you go first, because I know you have things to talk about, and that you have things that you do occasionally. So tell everybody about your channel. Also talk about Nindroid's channel, because if Nindroid can't be here today, I'd much rather you tell him about your channel and his channel also. So go ahead, do all of that stuff so I have enough time to tweet out that we're actually live now and not the 20 minutes ago we were supposed to be.
Oh, fuck, we're actually live. Oh, shit. Hi, everybody. I'm the Oscillator. God, I'm not prepared for this. All right, so I'm currently, just find me on my channel. Do you like brutal honesty, right? Does everybody here like brutal honesty? Well, I'm brutally fucking honest, and let me tell you, I'm probably going to do a stream later this week where I'm going to be brutally fucking honest with everybody about this David Zaslav guy. You know, is he this, like, savior of Warner Brothers, or is he the problem? We're going to find out. You'll find out my thoughts on it. Nindroid's got a channel. He does Galactic Chat and other shit on there. But, you know, he's not here. Fuck him. So, you know, subscribe to him, I guess. I'm fucking everywhere. Just...
You're fucking everywhere.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, while I'm the original stream horror, Austinator has definitely taken on the mantra of, like, the stream horror tribute band. He has learned the ways of myself and has translated it and taken it to his own place. And he is now basically the tribute stream horror.
Yes.
Boy, if this could get any more off the rails, I don't know what we would do. Anyways, positive. Tell everybody about yourself, please.
All right. Positive Candor here. You can catch me on YouTube on Positive Candor or on Twitter at Positive Candor. Either one. It's like a heads or tails. You don't lose either way, you know?
There you go. And Shifty, go ahead.
I'm Shifty. You can find me in the chat most places, or you can find me on Twitter, or in the chat on Name That Tune. And fuck David Zaslav. He canceled Raised by Wolves. Zaslav, I don't care. Fuck him. He canceled Raised by Wolves before it could end its story, and I'm still pissed about that. And yeah.
He likes to cancel things.
I have one word for you, and it is that of Elsa, and it's called "Let It Go."
I can't.
Let it go.
I'm still mad Farscape got canceled, and they got to end again. I'm still pissed about it.
Listen, they canceled Force Unleashed 3, and I've clearly gotten over it.
They need to quit canceling shit.
They didn't even do Force Unleashed 2. Oh, no, they did Force Unleashed 2. Yeah. No, I think they'll still do Force Unleashed 3. They're just waiting for, I don't know, a better time, better place. Anyway,
when's that going to be?
What?
When's that going to be?
Yes.
Okay, that's a good answer.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's your answer right there. I mean,
I respect it.
good. I'm glad, because I have nothing else for you. Anyways, guys, what's going on, everyone? If you're watching this right now, please do me a favor. Grab that link up above, share it out amongst the interwebs, and let everybody know we are live now. David, thank you for being here. And I'm glad you're patient. Thank you very much. So let's talk about this particular episode. We're going to go over what we overall thoughts, what we liked, what we disliked, and then give our grade. So right now we're going to talk about our overall thoughts on this episode. One Way Out, right? Isn't that not what it was called?
No.
One Way Out.
No, the title was Holy Shitballs.
No, that was not. It was called One Way Out. But if you call it Holy Shitballs, give me your overall thoughts, Shifty.
Well, honestly, it's kind of hard. It was kind of hard taking notes this week because it was so action heavy, and there's not a lot to pick apart. Even with Luthen's amazing monologue at the end, though I do have another prediction about Mon Mothma's daughter, but I'll get into that in my final thoughts because it's something totally different here. The whole thing from start to finish was just absolutely fantastic and firing on all cylinders. I love the show up to now, but this was the first episode that genuinely got an emotional response out of me, and I can't remember the last time that's happened with Star Wars, at least not in a nostalgia-driven way. I was totally caught up in the moment of the escape, and Andy Serkis is acting his ass off. He just amazing. I still think there's going to be a lot of Emmy nominations, and he is going to get nominated for this show. I'm telling you. Sadly, I doubt we'll see him again because his character said climb. Melshi also said climb, and he, of course, dies in Rogue One. So, if you say climb, you're going to die eventually. I said climb, so I guess I'm going to die sometime too. Last week, we saw reports that Andor was as nearly in demand as The Mandalorian in viewership numbers. This week, twice as many outlets were like No, that's not true. No one is watching. All I know is we're getting a second season. The story will be completed, and that's all that matters. This was a fantastic episode. Muted.
No, yeah, okay. Wasn't he at the top and said it wasn't that he said climb? It was that I can't swim. He made it all the way to the top.
He said climb. He said climb twice during his speech, and Melshi.
But he made it to the top.
But he can't swim.
Top.
He can't swim.
And he said I can't swim. So I actually think he's not dead. But
I think he's dead.
Anyways, you're wrong.
No, I'm not wrong.
No, you are wrong. And
did you ever? Did you ever?
You are. This. No. Wait. Yeah. No. This is how wrong you are. Is that not better? Positive. Is that not better? Positive.
I guess the silence means he thinks it's better.
Anyways, positive candor. What are your overall thoughts?
Hey, listen now. Listen. Did you ever watch 24? When somebody died, they played the silent clock. This is
positive. Positive. Yeah. I mean, go ahead.
I mean, he didn't die on screen. Okay. He did. All he said is, I can't swim. So all you do is jump on somebody's back or something and go in the water or something,
Is he dead or is he not dead?
He's not dead. He didn't die on screen.
Thank you. See, Shifty, you're full of shit.
The guy is dead.
Positive is positive about this. He's not dead. You are Mr. Negative, Negadorvian, or whatever.
In fact, I think he turns into Snoke since he played the same Snoke and
Snoke was a clone.
He played Snoke in The Force Awakens. So there you go.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Anyways, overall thoughts, please.
Overall thoughts? Yeah, I mean. Like Spinal Tap says, this is 11. It's not a 10. It's 11, man.
Good. Excellent. Austinator.
All right, so this episode was great. I mean, compared to last episode where the serial crying guy was like, "Oh, Dedra, I love what you're doing here. Oh, you're so cool," and then Dedra's like, "Get the fuck away from me." This episode was great. I'll kind of get into it when I get into my positives, but I like that it explains what Andor was trying to do when he was like sanding off the pipe in the last episode. He was starting to, and then you see why. It was actually really cool. The action was great. Luthen was awesome this episode, that little thing at the end, but I'll get into it when I get into it. But I will say, this is the first episode where I might give it an A-. I gotta say. First A this season, so...
Hey, hold that wad of yours, young man.
Hey! I got a rebuttal. I got a rebuttal on the question.
No,
first thing,
there's no rebuttal. Oh God! Oh my God! Really? Is this where we're going with this day? Is where we're going?
This ain't the Rumble. This is a roundtable.
No. Hey! Listen now. Listen. You don't want to know what the sanding the pipe means. Also, you wasn't here last week, Austinator. We need to know what you think is in Cyril's private box, his special box he was talking about last week. What do you think's in it?
Wow.
Well, I could give a few really interesting answers. I mean, of course, we got cereal, but it only comes out like 5 pieces at a time. There's drugs to keep him somewhat sane because his mom keeps like fucking shitting on him. Because she's always like, "Oh, Cyril, you're a loser. And you know what I do for you?" And he's like, "Mom, stop looking through my things, Mom. Gosh." I'm guessing it's, oh gosh, what would be in his private box? Maybe a diary of sorts. Maybe just cereal. I don't know.
Dear Diary, I cried today. Dear Diary, I also cried today.
Dear diary, please God, get me out of here. Dear
Okay,
diary,
Chris, your
please
turn.
let me cry in peace.
Oh my god, this day is wonderful. Anyways, no, absolutely one of the best episodic Disney Plus Star Wars, Marvel, anything episodes ever. That's what I have to say about this episode.
Yep.
It was absolutely almost balls to the wall, but so well done. Executed script. Didn't need a lot for the script, didn't need a lot for the plot, but they had led up to this so well. And I said last week, if you remember, that I think they're going to separate the stuff on where's his mom at? The planet.
Ferrix.
I said they're going to separate the Ferrix stuff, the Empire, the investigative branch of the Empire, and the prison break. I said they were going to separate each of those, and they really did that. So I am still believing, and I'm on board with that thought. But I'm telling you right now, this episode was beautifully done. Everything about it. So, what did you like about this episode? Let's start down there with you, Shifty.
Okay. Hold on. Bringing them notes up here. Okay. It opened with such a beautiful, somber rendition of the title theme this week, leading into the Olaf being put into a body bag and carted to the workroom. That was just a great scene. Not a happy scene, but a great scene to start off with. It really got everybody all, ready to get something going there. A great performance again this week from Skarsgård and Serkis. This was also easily Genevieve O'Reilly's best material she's been given so far as my Mothma. Thus far in her meeting with Davo. And speaking of Davo, great outfit and hair that gave him. He really looks like he fit in the 1977 film with that getup. Really nice touch going era specific with his look. Really cool looking. The attention to detail in the prison break was incredible, especially when the water from Andor's level started leaking into the one below. I actually won a Battlefront mod of the prison break sequence, inmates versus guards. I'm sure somebody's going to do that in one of the games
you
by
get
the end of the
extra
year.
Points for that. I give you extra points for that.
Okay, this ain't the Rumble, but thank you.
No, but I can give you extra points because remember, it's my show. I can do what I want.
Okay.
Right,
if I get enough extra points, can we get a rap category? It's awesome.
No.
It's awesome. The prison looks like an Imperial logo from overhead, or maybe it's the Umbrella logo, and that was just setting up a Resident Evil crossover. Star Wars Zombies is confirmed. That shot of Cassian Andor and Melshi running off together at the end of the episode was really cool. But 5,000 inmates and only they took that direction. I don't know, but yeah, this episode was great. Like I said before, great.
Okay, great.
Okay,
great.
Yeah.
Positive.
Yeah, I mean everything. Yeah, everything in the episode. But more specifically, they made, like I said, as long as they made the prison break believable, then I was okay with how they got out of there. And by busting his pipe in his cell, getting water leaking all over the place. That's obviously they had a key to shutting down the electrification of the floors, because Kino Loy was still on the ground, but he didn't get fried when they flipped the switch. because it got shorted out due to the water. So I thought that was a key scene in there. And then, of course, them, getting to the main control room and him giving the speech to all the other prisoners to, climb on out of there and saying, there's 5,000 of us and, I guess 12 guards per
12 per level.
And 12 per level. So maybe 10 levels would only be
7 or 8. Still,
maybe I'm giving them benefit of the doubt. Maybe 10 levels. So 5,000 versus 120. Do the math. Yeah, we can easily overtake them. And I also like the scene where you see them cowering behind the door as the prisoners run by. I thought that was very interesting. And then of course the I can't swim was I guess for now the send off to Kino Loy's character until we see him again.
Something about that positive. Let me ask you your opinion on. Did that just come across like I don't know, pretty cliche?
Well, it came across as a Twilight Zone episode, to me.
That's Shifty. Is your name positive, Shifty?
No, but
no. I mean,
I asked positive. I will ask you after.
I mean that's maybe the one negative because I can't swim really. I can't swim really. Right. That's your excuse.
And Shifty, now what were you saying about Shifty?
It felt like a Twilight Zone ending, like when Burgess Meredith had the glasses and they broke, and he had all the books and.
Okay, positive. Go ahead and continue. Sorry.
Okay. And then I thought the creepiness of the money guy, Mr. Moneybags, I'll call him, saying, "Hey, I want my son to basically get hitched to your daughter on my, and that's my terms." She was like, "No, I got to give you." She could have gotten out of it. He didn't ask for anything at first, and she's like, "No, I insist." And now she gets what she deserves. Now she has to marry off her dang daughter to this creepy guy's son. So well, it's going to happen if she wants the money or whatever.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a very interesting scene. Oh yeah, it's the only scene I think with her from in there. And then I love Luthen Rayo's scene to the mole that we learned in this episode, who is the ginger guy. I'll call him Mr. Ginger Guy. Because now he has a family, and he was the guy that said to the ISB to Wolf Yularen to keep on doing what they're doing, basically, I guess, in a way. And that's how Luthen wants to play it too. Hey, I don't care who I got to sacrifice. I mean, he tells the guy straight up, I don't care if this Krieger guy dies or not. I've already pushed him. Yeah, he's dead already, basically in this attack that they're gonna. He has to go through an attack on whatever place they're gonna attack, because otherwise they'll know that there's a mole, obviously, within the Empire. So I think that whole scene of Luthen was one of the best scenes in the whole episode. I mean, he's standing. It reminded me of the Darth Vader and Luke scene because he's standing there on a kind of bridgey type thing, and the guy's in the elevator. Kind of, it's kind of staged like I said, like the Darth Vader and Luke scene where Darth Vader says, "No, I'm your father," and this guy says, "No, I've sacrificed everything from the Empire, and what am I going to get? I'm going to get nothing for it.
Really quick,
You know?
I'm going to cut you off right there really quick again. I'll let you finish up here in a minute. Going to that point, do you think the fact that he has told now Saw Gerrera that he is a coward, that he hides behind all this stuff, and then yet to this guy, the Empire guy, he is showing a force of strength, saying, wait, you don't understand. I have sacrificed everything. I will never have anything again because I have given up everything for this cause, which at this point is not yet the rebellion. And here's the thing. Do you think that he even cares if it's a rebellion or if it's anything other? It's just against the Empire. He could care less if it's a better group of people. He just doesn't want the Empire. What do you think about that whole connotation of what that meant, that scene? I'll start with you, Positive, and I'll go around to Shifty and Austin here.
I mean, it's the end game. Obviously, is the destruction of the Empire. Okay, he doesn't care what means it takes to get to that. All he knows is that he has to basically kickstart it. And now that he's kickstarted it with a Aldani raid first, now it's like, okay, it's in motion and there's nothing I'm going to do to stop it, but keep on pouring on the fire, basically. I'm just going to light it up and keep on hurting them as much as I can.
Okay. Austin, what do you think?
What do I think? May you repeat the question?
My question is when he's talking to Saw Gerrera, he basically says, I'm a coward. I hide behind this facade or whatever. You know, he takes a very different approach with Saw Gerrera, who is a part of, at this point, a resistance, if not the rebellion. Saw Gerrera is against the Empire. And then when he talks to the Imperial guy on that raised platform area, he says, I have sacrificed everything. He takes a much stronger approach with him and says, you know, don't tell me what you're sacrificing. I have sacrificed everything. I can't live a normal life. I will never have a love in my life or anything like that. Like, he takes a very different approach with the Imperial officer than he does with Saw Gerrera. And Saw Gerrera, it's a very, how would you say, self-defense type thing. Like, oh, weak is me. I'm not this badass guy. I haven't sacrificed anything. I'm a coward. I hide behind this facade. And then he goes to the Imperial officer. The true power of everything right now is the Empire. So he goes to this guy within the Empire and says, no, motherfucker, I have sacrificed everything. You haven't sacrificed shit. You're not going away. You're not walking away. So he takes a very offensive, attacking way with him. What do you think about how he did that? I mean, that moment.
I mean, there has to be some sort of truth to it. I mean, I don't think he would have said that. I mean, the only other way he could have maybe have gone about, I feel like it was a combination of both a master manipulation, but at the same time, I feel like it's also coming from a place where maybe there is truth to what he's saying. Maybe he did sacrifice his life to essentially have a better life, so that for the cause that he's fighting for. I mean, it does go in hand with his character because he's like obsessed at this point. So, I mean, it's got to be a combination of both manipulation and truth. I think in terms of the manipulation factor, I feel like it just depends on who he's talking to and who he's using as a bargaining chip. But
so you are under the impression, like I was saying, the positive is that this man doesn't care the ways or the ends to the means of how to get rid of the Empire. He doesn't care if it's necessarily, let's use this. Let's say not resistance or rebellion. Let's just say Empire A and Empire B. Empire A is currently in control. If Empire B was to take Empire A out, he would be with Empire B right now. He doesn't really care what the person or group is. His fight is just against the Empire. even if it's the worst devil in the world that would take the Empire out, he would align with him. Do you believe that?
If it benefits him, I believe so, yes.
That's what I'm going for. So yes, you believe that. Okay, cool. That's what I'm really going for there. Shifty, you.
I don't think it maybe because it benefits him. I think it's maybe because in the past, maybe he was with the Empire at some point and he lost, his family or saw them do some deplorable shit. And, he's a master thespian. You go back to that, like, what, episode 2, where they show him in the ship and he's getting into character. And that's what he does when he's playing, the coward to Saw Gerrera, because he knows if he's out of line, he's going to kill him right there and there. And then he knows Mr. Ginger Man is a little nobody, and he can talk down to him. So he's evaluating the situation at hand and playing accordingly. It's like the Americans. I don't know if y'all watched that. The Jennings family, Kerry Russell and Matthew Rhys's characters, they played all sorts of roles to get to where they had to go. They one episode, Kerry Russell would be playing a hospice care person and just a meek, really quiet, soft-spoken, and then the other, somewhere else she'll be just this badass ass kicker,
Okay. And go ahead, finish.
No, I am finished. I'm just I'm just playing the role.
Exactly. So it really, in this case, like I said, if it's Empire A who's in charge right now and Empire B, if Empire B were to take Empire A right now, he doesn't care what the way is or who the person is. He's against Empire.
Yeah.
So right now, it's like, I will play whatever role I have to play. I will play A against B to get C, as long as it benefits this getting rid of the Empire. Right now, he's not even really for the rebellion, dude. That's what I get. I don't think he's with the rebellion. I think he's against the Empire. Whatever he needs to make happen.
Something has happened in his past that's just, we haven't found out yet, but hopefully we will.
Okay, all right. I am sorry, Positive. Go ahead and continue if you have anything else to say about likes.
Besides the prison stuff, that was easily the top scene in this episode, with him on that bridge, again with no rails. All Star Wars bridges obviously have no rails on them. Talking to this guy in the elevator, and it gave me, I don't know, he's either, gosh, I'll put that, I'll wait to mention it to the end.
Okay,
what I think he is. But anyway,
all right, Ostinator. Oh, go ahead, Shifty.
I think Positive mentioned this early on. He's like the rebellion version of Darth Sidious, kind of how he's pulling the strings everywhere, kind of, what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Ostinator? Likes?
Would it just be so simple if I literally just said everything, or at least mostly everything?
No, you can.
I could, but I guess I could go into more detail. So, the jailbreak stuff, I really liked. The action, I think, was shot really well. It was very realistic, because some of them probably wouldn't have very much fighting experience. So, them just simply shooting at the guards, I thought was fine. I liked that it kind of ties back into what happened last episode with Andor sanding off the pipe, because it's like, oh, he's sanding off this pipe. What is he really planning? Only to find out the water was actually going to fry the floor, not necessarily fry the floor, but protect them from getting shocked. I thought that was actually really interesting and very, very well executed. F in the chat for Andy Serkis. He can't swim. I mean, somebody toss that man some pool floaties. He deserves it. I liked. Let's see here. I liked Andy Serkis' speech. In the episode where he tells them like, look, you know, they don't have control over us. Like, we're basically dead anyway. So fuck it. Let's do what we want, kind of thing. I like the Mon Mothma stuff with her and the guy that she was meeting up with. Like, I think that's what I also liked about this episode, is that it ties into episode 9 really well. Like, this feels like an actual continuation. Basically the guy's like, hey, I can help you with that, and then she's like, oh, well then, how much money? And then he's like, oh, no money, and then she's like, well, wait a minute, so you don't want any money? And then he's like, no, I want to come back here. And then you find out, oh, he's actually royalty, and then finding out that, oh, I want your daughter to marry my son, and then it turns into now it's about morals at this point. Now, if this was Luthen, I think Luthen would be like, fuck it, yeah, here you go. Whereas Mon Mothma was like conflicted, as like, do I do it? Do I not do it? Which I kind of like that, because she has been on the fence throughout this entire season, where it's like, I mean, I get what we're doing, but now I'm starting to have doubt about how, is this morally right what I'm doing, type of thing. So I did enjoy that. The Luthen speech at the end, and him just in general in the episode, I thought was terrific. Basically where Luthen, like, and his assistant was in the shop, and then she's like, oh, somebody wants to talk to you. He's like, who is it? Oh, it's this guy. And he's like, oh, fuck. He's like, this might be a trap. And then him kind of communicating with him through the elevator and asked if it was a trap. I thought that was actually really clever, because he's smart. Like, Luthen, like, I think he's like a few steps ahead. Like, he knows, like, if it's a trap, then I'm fucked, basically. But he kind of figured, okay, it might not be a trap, so he asks, and then the guy's like, hey, I want out because I have a family now. I don't want to do this anymore, because then that could put them in danger. And then Luthen's like, nah, I feel like you're gonna stay with me. And then he's like, no, I want out. And then Luthen's like, no. And then he gives that whole speech, which basically what you said, Chris. It's basically him saying, I gave up everything. I gave up my life for this cause. You've given up nothing. Yeah, you've given up your time to be like my snake in the grass type of deal, but you didn't give up everything. Like, to me, I was like, damn, that was actually a really fucking powerful speech in a way. Like,
it was, because, I mean, he literally looks at a guy who has a daughter now, who's worried about his daughter, which anybody would be. Again, I love this, and let me say this right now, and I'll just say this before we finish here, or before we finish our lights. I love how this series is basically saying, listen, it's not all about good or bad, empire, rebellion, resistance, whatever. It is very much, hey, you know, neither side is in a great position here. He looks at him and says, listen, sure, you have a daughter, I understand that, but do you realize what I've given up? You're not giving up now. No, because you have to think of your daughter now. Because if it came out that you were a part of this, or that you helped me, even if I'm not the one to do it, what would happen to your daughter then? It's like, it's this very snake in the grass, like you said, threatening, hey, no, you can't walk away yet. If I haven't walked away, you're not walking away.
And I liked how, like, during that whole speech, like, he's telling him things that he wants the guy to hear. Like, he's like, oh, we need you. Oh, we wouldn't survive without you. When more than likely, I'm pretty sure Luthen could find somebody else.
Yeah.
But to me, I like that. Just the mass manipulation. It's like what Shifty said. He's like Palpatine. Like, he's callous, he's cold, he's manipulative, like 50 steps ahead. Like, he's the evil mastermind. The pacing in the episode I thought was handled really well. The music was great. I think that's really all I have to say. I think that's pretty much almost everything. I liked it.
Okay, very good. Shifty likes.
You mean dislikes?
No, did Shifty you already give your likes yet?
Yeah, it was a very long segment.
Okay, so I've just tuned you out. Good to know. I'll give my
really?
likes. No,
Okay.
No, because we talked about the can't swim and all that, and I came out and said, "Wait a minute, hold on," and you're right. Okay, so
Remember, you gave me extra points.
I know, I did. So here's the thing. This episode, as much as I love the prison sequence, that last like 5 minutes of Luthen talking was like, oh damn, that was great. That was perfectly written. Because again, I give it kudos on the fact that he is very much like the Emperor. He's like, you don't understand what this is all about. So it's very interesting that they chose his character. I know, no way do I give him props as being as evil or as backhanded, but he is evil in a way, and he is backhanded in a way. But in his mind, he believes it's all for the right cause, which is against the Empire. And you get all of that, and you get the emotion and everything from that last, 5 to 7 minutes of commentary that he gives. And it's very powerful, where they have it up in this very, very high level, like an industrial maintenance level of this area. And the fact that he obviously controls the door and he controls something up there, it makes me think this guy's a lot more than we realize yet. And we're going to find out in the next couple episodes who this guy really is. Maybe not. Maybe it'll wait till the second season. But he still gives me this feeling of being a lot bigger than who he is. Especially with the way he plays people off each other. He plays this Imperial officer to believe that you're not done yet because you haven't given as much as I have. And yet, before that, he looks at Saw Gerrera and says, oh, weak as me. Oh, God, I am not worthy. You're awesome. You're powerful. You're better than anybody. That's literally, so he's giving two different sides of this. That's manipulation. That is a guy that has a lot more stake in things than we even realize right now. So, to get that out of that scene was excellent. But the whole prison break scene, I loved how they did it because they didn't rely on outside help. They literally did what, not trying to help people, but what a lot of prisons probably would figure out is that, wait a minute, there's 5,000 of us. If all of us get together right now, even if we don't all believe in the same thing, we all combine together for the one purpose of getting out of here, the one way out. How are they going to stop us? And it's that overcoming an impression. And then especially with the scene where they went to the control room and they showed you this guy. It's just sweet guys behind this little keyboard and display area or control board. And they go in there and literally you can almost see it in their faces like, this is it? This is what's controlling us? This is what's stopping us from taking over? Two of them take over the whole place. But I loved how they did it. It was very organic. It was very well thought out. When they realized that they weren't getting out, Circus basically screamed to everybody, no, we're not getting out. We have to do this ourselves. Screw all of you. We have to do this. There's only this chance. And I liked that. I mean, I guess I could have seen one of the other rebels or whatever coming to bust them out, but I liked this way much, much better. So, all right, dislikes. So, Shifty, I'll let you start with dislike.
Okay, back on to your point about the there being so many inmates and not enough guards. This is what annoyed the crap out of me in the movie The Rock had, the rundown where they show the pits, and there's like thousands and thousands and thousands of slaves out there working, and only a few dudes with machine guns. I'm like, they could easily take out those dudes, and they didn't. Also, before I get to my dislikes, one of the best lines in the show, when they reach the command tower, Andy Serkis is in there, and he goes, "Shut it down," and that dude's like, "Well, that can mean so many things." Pow, shot him dead. You don't say stupid things in those moments like that. Dislikes.
But that was Andor that shot.
Oh, it was? Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, it was Andor shot him, but the Serkis told him to shut it down.
Yeah. It's like, we're not taking that. No.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
I mean, they realize they're in control, though. That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not worried about what's coming to get them.
Yeah. Dislikes. Nothing.
Very good. Okay. I can take that. Austinator, dislikes.
Honestly, I'm with Shifty. Nothing.
Okay. Positive?
I mean, like I said, it's just that one line. I can't swim. That's my only negative.
And I'm right there with you. That's it. I mean, literally, I don't think you could do much better than what they conveyed and how they did it. So, okay, very good. All right. So now we move on to the grade. And grade, final thoughts and predictions. Austinator.
I'm gonna give this episode a A-. I will say this is the strongest episode thus far. I will say the show has definitely grown on me. Like, at first, I was like, I don't know, it's very slow, it's kind of but now that it's starting to play out more, it's gotten so much better. The writing's very strong. I like that it's taking things that I didn't like about the other shows, like making the episodes beefier, like they're longer. I like that the shows themselves are not like 7-8 episodes. Like, it's a 12-episode show that still it's got room to breathe. Like, I want more shows like this. Like, this is what I want. Like, most of these Disney Plus shows are not that good because it's like they're 7 to 8 episodes, and they're so like short that it's the writing's all over the place. Like, this show, I will say, is very consistent writing wise. I like the tone. Like, I want more stuff like this. Predictions for next episode, or at least I guess I can just give my prediction for what I think is going to happen next. I feel like he's going to go back to Ferrix at some point, because it's definitely going to have to end on a cliffhanger, because if they're setting up a season 2, they have to do something to kind of keep it open. Like, because you don't want to end season 1 with an ending that's going to, like, oh, it's over, and then you're going to do a season 2. It's like, oh, wait, why the hell are we doing a season 2? I think he's going to try and find his sister. He's either going to see his sister at the cliffhanger, or he's going to go and try and look for her to kind of go back to that plot line. I think, obviously, the mother's going to die. It's going to be kind of interesting how they're going to go about it. I don't think we're either going to get a massive action sequence, or I don't think we will. I think we might get an action thing at the end, but maybe not as big as we think it is. Luthen's going to have a part to play in some of this. I'm intrigued to see how this ends. So those are my final thoughts.
Okay. Very good. Positive. Final thoughts and grade and any predictions.
Yeah, grade A plus 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 plus.
Damn.
Plus plus.
Awesome. Okay.
I mean, like I said, as high as it could. I mean, like I said, this is a 11. This is Spinal Tap level for me.
Awesome.
I mean, yeah. I mean, especially the ending. The ending scene on Luthen is really, to me, what put it over the top. If that had not been in this, then yeah, I probably would have still at least given it an A. But yeah, the ending to me is, yeah, that's. I mean, his character to me is the most fascinating character in this show. There's no doubt about that. So yeah, I'm very interested in his backstory that we're supposed to be getting in these last 2 episodes. And I mean, if he's ultimately, I get the feeling he was in the Jedi Temple. I get that feeling that he was in there when the shit hit the fan. So I mean, not necessarily he doesn't mean he's a Jedi necessarily. I just think he was there. I mean, you could be somebody who's not a Jedi and still be inside the Jedi Temple. So yeah, that's where I think they're going with his character. At least that's what I hope. That he's somehow responsible for maybe even saving Grogu. That would be awesome. If they even go that far. So yeah, I'm really interested in how they reveal where he comes from. He's either he's either on the Jedi side or the Imperials. He's either a former Imperial who became good because of something bad that happened to him, or he's a former, or he was in the Jedi Temple and was there when everything happened. It's either one or the other, you know.
Okay. Anything else?
I guess we'll get a resolution on. Yeah, I mean, the only thing is that's the only thing. I mean, Andor. How can you be so stupid to go back to Ferrix now? That's the only thing. I know he's going back there, but God, how can you be so stupid to go back there? I mean, come on. You're inviting trouble, for crying out loud, by going back there. Yeah, but
isn't that just kind of like that plot armor? It's like, we know he's not going to get hurt, but we know he's going to do it.
Yeah, but still, it's stupid. I mean, he does stupid, but then again, I guess he does really stupid things. So yeah, going back there would be completely stupid, but I guess that's what he's going to do. And yes, he is bound to die. And then probably get caught by the ISB, and it ends on that cliffhanger that he's captured by the ISB. I guess that would make sense. And then yeah, that'd be your cliffhanger basically.
Well, sorry, I'm looking at this. All right. Shifty, final thoughts and grade and predictions.
Okay. I don't know if Luthen rescued Grogu, but you know he might be him and Yaddle might be Grogu's parents. You know, that's something to consider. Also, I forgot to mention in the dislike section, silly people are saying silly things this week. Like somebody we know on Twitter today said that this show sucks ass. I was like, no, stop being silly. And also, there's a lot of people because Luthen's sidekick, her name is Clea, and she's a young girl who has brunette hair. They're speculating that Clea is actually Leia, and I'm like, silly people, quit being silly. That's not happening. Yeah. Also, my grade for this week, I was all prepared to come out like a Billy Badass and give it an A++. But here, Positive Candor came and he gave it an A+++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++ A to plus to infinity or whatever. You know, it's that good. It's the best episode so far. A plus to infinity. Great episode. My final thoughts and predictions. I just noticed tonight in the opening that you took from the trailer, the shuttle, the Imperial shuttle. We have not seen that yet. I wonder who's on that shuttle.
We haven't seen.
Who's on that shuttle? Where is it landing? And what's going on? I don't really know.
A couple people who really use those shuttles.
Oh yeah. Might see the dude from Rogue One, Ben Mendelsohn's character. Might see somebody. I don't think we'll see Vader, but we might see somebody. I don't really know what's going to happen beyond the hanging next week and Dedra walking around town and Ferrix with them Death Troopers behind her. I thought Marva was going to charge the hotel this week, but from what the townsfolk said this week that she's pretty bad off. So I don't think that's going to happen. I would assume Cassian will go back home and everyone will be looking for him. Dedra, Centra, maybe Vale. But at what point does that lightsaber winged starship come into the mix? Because that's been centerpiece of all them trailers. That them lightsabers coming off them wings. I mean, how's that going to come to play? I will say this. I think with Mon Mothma refusing the notion of an arranged marriage between Davos' son and Lita, she's probably going to be found out and will have to flee with her daughter thinking that she's a terrible person without knowing what she actually gave up for her freedom. I still say the new driver is a plant from Bell Organa, and he's there to look out for her and might sneak her off Coruscant when things get dicey.
Okay. Very good. Yeah, I'll go with the A, since there's no such thing as A+. But, well, I think it still would have been an A-. I think that Luthen scene at the end was just excellently timed, excellently executed. There's just tons of stuff in that. It was just perfect. And it's not that much of the episode. It's very short. Yet, it's very important. It lets you know this guy, something's happened to this guy, Luthen. And looking here, and I'm not going to share the audio on this. I just want to do this really quick. I want you to watch this. So there's the lightsabers, right? I want you to look here at the end of this. This looks like Luthen's ship.
Yep.
And does that mean, again, I told you I got that feeling of a Sith or an apprentice?
Well, remember, he had that Kyber crystal.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if this isn't something like that. But maybe not. I don't know. But I definitely am going to...
it could be a gray Jedi.
What if he's Palpatine's brother?
That'd be beautiful, because then it's canon, and then I can shove it in Robert Storm's face.
Yeah, I mean, what if he is... who's the one before Palpatine? Plagueis?
Plagueis was an alien dude, though. He had a great, big, huge head.
Well, I mean, but maybe he is another Sith that's trying to dethrone Sidious to get what he wants, which is to be in charge. Again, I don't think he's totally for the good. I just think right now it's convenient for him.
I mean, and like I said, that ending scene mirrored Vader and Luke's scene so much that's why I think he is dark. And he was wearing black cape by Vader. Yeah, black cape, just like Vader. Only thing he doesn't have is the mask part, but
Yeah. But I'm gonna stick to my guns on the whole Ferrix thing, where I think if the next episode's Ferrix, it's going to be pretty much centrally going to take place on Ferrix. Like I said, this episode, I believe, or the next 3 episodes, are going to be either Ferrix, then Prison Break, then the Imperial, or on Coruscant. So we got the Prison Break, and it was mostly the Prison Break. I believe the next one will be either Ferrix or on Coruscant primarily, but I believe it'll be Ferrix next. They'll wrap that storyline up, and then they'll move to the stuff happening on Coruscant. And that still leads me to believe that, what's her name? The one that's with the Empire, the main lady that we're following.
Dedra.
Yeah, Dedra. That makes me still believe more to the point that because they may finalize this season on that area of it, that she is actually Andor's sister.
I don't know.
What better way? Now, whether or not she actually is or isn't, I believe that's what they're going to imply at the end of this season.
Yeah, but Tony Gilroy has written the opposite of everything like Star Wars usually is in this show, and it's always
opposite.
I know, but they're usually
they've made nothing that would work that way.
I know, but
she doesn't look the same way. She doesn't have the same hair color. There's a lot of things that are keeping you away from that belief. But notice how she works. Notice how Cyril interacts with her and how she questioned herself when he said, "You said I was of help," and all that. And you see she wants to play the game of this badass bitch Imperial officer and say, "No, this is wrong. Go away. I'll have you arrested." Blah, blah, blah. But watch her eyes during that scene. She's like there's something going on where she wants to use him to get to Andor.
I mean,
there's something going on with her that's more than this. Like she's trying to put on a front of strength, but there's this weak side of her.
I think it may be possible, but like I said before, when the first time we brought this up, there's another show under the Disney banner. Well, it's under the FX banner, which is Disney, that pulled this sort of twist on FX, a big show this year. I don't know if they're going to have it happen twice.
Listen, what's popular is popular. If it worked before, they'll do it again.
Okay, one question. Do you think the badass dude, the bell ringer with the two hammers, do you think we're going to see him wreck some shit here in the next two episodes?
Is that really where you're going with all this?
Dude, I've been waiting for that for like 10 episodes.
It's not like
he's got hammers.
Essential.
He's got two big ass hammers. He's got to crack some darn stormtrooper helmets with it, man.
Maybe he's the armor from the Mandalorian. He just decided to get a sex change and put a helmet on.
Oh, he's really old then if he's in the Mandalorian.
All right. That's our whole thing. Let's see here what the polls say. Did you like this episode of Andor? 72% said yes, 9% said no, kind of, was 9%, maybe 9%. The next one was, did you like how they executed the prison break? 91% said yes, 8% said no. And then, what is your grade for this episode of Andor? A or A minus got 53%. B minus, B or B plus got 38%. F, D minus, D or D plus got 7%, and C minus, C or C plus got 0. It's kind of surprising.
Who voted for the F, D, and D plus? I bet you
tell me.
Anzo was in here. Anzo was in here.
Hey, Sherry, what's going on? Good to see you. Kavari, Basel, all you guys, thank you very, very much. Appreciate you for being here. That would suck. What would suck, Dandelion? I don't know. Anyways.
The sister thing, I think. I think she's talking about the sister thing.
Maybe not. Don't know. Anyways. Let's go around and have everybody tell you about themselves. Start down there with Shifty. Shifty, tell everybody about yourself, please.
Hi, I'm Shifty. You can find me in chat. You can find me on Twitter. And remember, do not sand the pipe because it's no sand November.
That is true.
Oh my god. It hurts.
I hate sand. It gets everywhere.
Oh my god. Austinator, save me, please. Austinator, go ahead.
Hello, everybody. I'm the Austinator. You can find me on my channel. I do a bunch of stuff. I mean, you like brutal honesty? I like brutal honesty. So, this week I'll probably just do a live stream where I'll be brutally honest with people because like I gotta be honest. Okay, I have to be truthful. I gotta say what's on my mind. You gotta have something like that. I do other stuff too. I'm on Ninjoid's channel, Chris's channel, Chaos Central, basically wherever I'm needed at this point. Two more episodes of this, and then I don't have to talk about Star Wars for the rest of the year. Thank God. Then I can do other things. So, thanks for having me on, Chris.
Hey, thank you for being here. Positive. Tell me about yourself.
All right, Positive Candor here. You can catch me on my YouTube channel, Positive Candor, or on Twitter at Positive Candor. And really, you're tired of Star Wars already? Most native?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And this show doesn't make you like. I mean, I don't know. Maybe is it just too much, too often?
No, the thing is, I like Andor, but Star Wars it's kind of like Marvel for me, where I just don't feel much enjoyment or excitement when it comes to Star Wars. Like Marvel, it's like I've made the conscious decision never to watch a Marvel show again because they are just not worth it. Like Star Wars, I can at least go into a Star Wars show going, all right, it might be good, it might be bad. So it's like I'm at least intrigued with Star Wars shows. I'm just Lucasfilm are just stupid idiots that don't know what they're doing. Like that episode of SpongeBob where SpongeBob's like in his mind and then they're like there's chaos all over the place. That's Lucasfilm. I mean I like Andor, but this is like probably the only real Star Wars thing in a while that I was like, yeah, this is actually really good because everything else has either been okay or just not good. Like Tales of the Jedi, I'll give him credit, was pretty good too, but there's still a lot of damage control that they have to do to really make me go, yeah, Star Wars. But right now, I'm just not feeling it.
How about that Grogu and the Dust Bunnies, huh? Yeah.
I haven't seen the new stuff they just released or whatever with Grogu. So
it's 4 minutes of boredom.
Okay. Positive. Anything else?
No, I guess. I wish, in a way, they were ending it with the last two episodes in the same week. That would be great, but I guess not.
All right. I am Chris Knight. The Real Review 3000 is my channel. This has been the Andor Roundtable. I appreciate it, guys. This week, tonight, I believe we're still doing Chaotic Conversation. Tomorrow night, Chaos List. Wednesday will be the Rule of 3. Thursday, the Rumble. And then back to Sunday, we'll be back on for Andor Roundtable, the weekly wrap-up, and Name That Tune. Just, guys, keep with it, guys. This has been not... I don't know. People don't like this, but there are a lot more people I think that really do. And I think Kavari said it best up here versus Andor is like if HBO made Star Wars. It's more mature. I totally agree with that statement. I believe this is like a House of Dragon, like
without the boobs.
Yeah, well, true. I mean, they're not going to throw that on there, though. Might make this episode it might make the show interesting. But and actually, did you see the article where it stated that they actually nixed a lot of stuff in this because they were going to make it more sexual?
I did not see that.
Look it up. I'll see if I can't send it to you guys on Twitter. But yeah,
well, they did. They did have that
I
scene.
really like this. It's got a much, and maybe that's how you put it. It's mature Star Wars. And I even said it the other day. I'm like, I hate to say it, but it's like a Star Wars soap opera because they made it a Star Wars base. I can actually watch this.
Well, yeah, I don't know if I would call it soap opera. If you want to see a soap opera, go watch Yellowstone. That's it is super.
But this is on that level, but they put Star Wars in it, so it's like Star Wars for Star Wars fans, but
but written
still very
super
soap opera
well
compared to
done.
what most people want. So, anyways, guys, thank you very much to all my panel that was here today. I appreciate it very much. We will see you next Sunday, guys. We will be on Sunday, as long as everybody can make it. But guys,
Yeah,
thank you very
I'm sorry
much.
about that.
Oh, don't worry about it. No. Thank you, everybody. Everybody say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.